You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
You're planning a vacation, an escape from the day-to-day routine of everyday life. You're looking forward to getting pampered in some sunbathed tropical island getaway, surrounded by cool, balmy breezes with the soothing, relaxing sounds of calypso music playing distantly in the warm island air. Doesn't it sound wonderful? Well, don't leave your pets at home. They want to go too. Welcome to Travel Tales, the show where you'll get great travel ideas on perfect places for you and your pet. From Paris to paradise, south of the border to the South Seas, Travel Tales will give you cool tips on fun vacation destinations to travel with your pet, pet-friendly hotels, and advice on how to travel safely and happily with your furry best friends. So get ready to pack the bags and the bones with your Travel Tales host, Janine Franceschi.
Hello and welcome to Pet Life Radio. I'm Janine Franceschi, your host, and you've joined us today as we record the 5th installment of our special series for Travel Tales called Luxury Digs. Being in the Doghouse never felt so good. On Luxury Digs, we, my Irish setter Beau and I, share with you all of the wonderful luxury and upscale things we have discovered on our cross-country promotional tour. We are crossing the country to promote our company called PAW, which is Pet-Friendly Accommodations Worldwide, which can be found on the web at www.luxurypaw.com. PAW is the only hotel booking engine online that exclusively features luxury, and when we say luxury, we mean 4-star or higher rated pet-friendly properties for booking. So again, welcome, and I hope you find today's show fun and informative, and it's been a really interesting week on the tour. We had a change in our schedule, and so we had some dates to fill in, and so we unexpectedly made a quick trip to Nashville, Tennessee, which was a lot of fun, and then we moved north for a quick overnight in Louisville, Kentucky. So please stay tuned, and we'll be right back to tell you about both.
Attention passengers, please fasten your seatbelts, put your seat bags and sleeping pets in their full upright position, and prepare for takeoff. Travel Tales will be zooming back with more great travel tips right after this.
Pick up something unique at A Bone to Pick Dog Boutique. A Bone to Pick has cool hip fashions for big and small dogs that will have their tails wagging in style. Cat products too. abone-to-pick.com. Check out our eco-friendly pet products and gifts for humans too. abone-to-pick.com. Get your pet's mouth watering monthly with our Gourmet Treat of the Month Club and join A Bone to Pick's free birthday club for your puppy. abone-to-pick.com. Pick up something special for your best friend at A Bone to Pick. abone-to-pick.com. Get 10% off with coupon code PETLIFE.
Do you love your dog? Then you'll love feeding him mouth-watering, all-natural treats, lovingly handmade by a professional caterer who wanted the very best for her dogs. Make no mistake about it, these are not ordinary dog treats. These are doggy delights, like breakfast banana biscotti, honey bear peanut butter balls, yummy apple cinnamon mini cakes, and so much more. Your dog will howl in delight. And now you can get a scrumptious sample pack by going to dingersdogtreats.com. It's a $25 value, yours for just $9.95 through this special radio offer. That's DINGERS, dingersdogtreats.com. Every one of these gourmet doggy treats is handmade from the finest ingredients and taste tested on our own dogs. Your dog will love them. Get $25 worth of doggy delights now for just $9.95. Go to dingersdogtreats.com now. That's DINGERS, dingersdogtreats.com. Yum.
Want to know what cats like to eat for breakfast? Mice Krispies, of course. Learn everything there is to know about cats on Catitude with your host, Tom Dock. Each week, we'll spotlight a cool cat breed, give up-to-date advice on cat health, and check out spiffy new cat products. So curl up on the couch every week for a perfectly enjoyable time on Catitude. Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Attention passengers, we are now approaching our final destination. The weather is sunny and warm. Ocean temperature is a balmy 80 degrees for those of you wishing to doggy paddle. Please exit to the front and see our activities directors on your way out. Have a pleasant stay.
So welcome back. And this week, Beau and I took an unexpected trip to Nashville, Tennessee. We had a change in our schedule, and so we had a few days to fill. And we stopped in Nashville, and we had a wonderful time. I didn't really know quite what to expect because so many of the things that you want to do in Nashville aren't really pet friendly, all the music venues and the museums and whatnot. But we had a great time. We discovered all kinds of things to do. Probably our favorite activity, I'm certain it was Beau's favorite activity, was there's a dog park at Centennial Park, which is this huge fenced-in dog area. They actually have a smaller area for small dogs as well. It was about a mile from the hotel where we were staying, so it really was helpful in Nashville to have a car. Definitely not a walking kind of location. But we drove over to this dog park, and we must have stayed for 45 minutes to an hour. It was a really nice, really well laid out park. They had benches that some had shade and some had sun, and there's a water feature, and just a huge space for the dogs to run around and play. And there must have been, we went there 2 different times during our stay, and both times there must have been 15 or 20 dogs. It was a very popular spot, and it was a really nice mix of local people and college students and professors, and so it was a really interesting mix of people and consequently mix of dogs. And it was a huge Great Dane that was just the biggest gentle giant you ever met, and he and Beau made great friends. But so that was probably the best thing that Beau enjoyed. It was the dog park again at Centennial Park, and our favorite undiscovered gem was not actually in Nashville. We took a drive about half an hour or so south of Nashville to Franklin, Tennessee. And it's, as I said, it's pretty close. It's about half an hour down the highway. And there's one main street that features all the shops and restaurants, but there's a really great selection of boutiques, pretty high fashion and price point. And my favorite was a store called Iron Gate. It was a shop just completely after my own heart, all funky and shabby chic interiors and peeling antique furniture with a dash of modern furniture thrown in. It was a really eclectic mix. Crystal chandeliers in the shape of bird cages that were hanging above a chair made entirely out of elk horns or some kind of animal horn. And, the other vignette was a huge rustic farm table flanked by tall slip-covered banquette benches on both sides, very elegant and rustic combined, and an arrangement of huge, big glass bulbs diminishing in size as you move down the table. It was really a great store, a lot of fun, lots of eye candy. You got to see everywhere you looked was something new and interesting and different. And the name of that store was Iron Gate, and that's at 338 West Main Street in Franklin, Tennessee, and they're on the web at www.theirongatetn.com. And we spent most of the afternoon that day strolling around the shops in Franklin, which were all pet friendly. Actually, this Iron Gate shop was owned by a man named Beau, who was just thrilled to meet Beau. Went and got him a bowl of water, and just could not have been more accommodating. Really, really sweet. And a lot of different outdoor dining venues, from very casual kind of chicken and biscuits place right on the main street there, to more upscale with outdoor patio dining up at the Rotary. So it was a very small space, but they had packed a lot of really dog-friendly things into this space. So definitely worth taking an afternoon, going down out of Nashville, and checking out Franklin. It was really accommodating and fun and different. The best resource we found, I was pleasantly surprised to discover that the Nashville Convention and Visitors Bureau is pet friendly. We've been to a couple of cities lately where the information center only allows seeing eye dogs, and so this was great. And the people were really friendly and pet friendly and just friendly all around. They have 2 locations in downtown Nashville. One is at 501 Broadway, and the other is at 150 4th Avenue. And their website is www.visitmusiccity.com. calm. And that was the thing about Nashville. It really was Music City. And there's music streaming out of the speakers all over the downtown area at the intersections. And, when you're walking in front of a hotel or a store, there's a speaker there and there's music coming out from every venue. And it's all the same song all over town. It's really different and really fun. We were there early in the morning on a Saturday morning, and it was very, very quiet. Nashville, I'm sure you can imagine, is gets rolling in the afternoon and is a big evening restaurant and pub destination, but it was really quiet in the morning, and it was nice to be downtown when there weren't that many people around. So it was really, really great. Our extravagant indulgence is, most of the things, as I mentioned, in Nashville are not particularly pet friendly. I mean, the things that are kind of iconic that you want to do, the Grand Ole Opry and all of the music venues like the Bluebird Cafe and things that you really want to experience when you're in Nashville. So my extravagant indulgence was to take advantage for the first time of some pet sitting services that my concierge recommended, and they came to the hotel, and Beau just loved them, and it was really wonderful. So check the Nashville Canine Concierge page on our website. And these, as I said, these resources were recommended to me by our hotel concierge, and I've shared them with you. And, it would be a shame to miss some of these things. I mean, the Bluebird Cafe was just incredible, absolutely incredible, and something you shouldn't miss if you have the opportunity to be in Nashville. And speaking of our concierge, we were staying at the Lowe's Vanderbilt Plaza, and it was our first experience with a Lowe's hotel, and it was really wonderful. Lowe's as a chain has very thoroughly thought out their pet policy and their programs. Their program at Lowe's is called Lowe's Loves Pets, and as I said, it's chain-wide. There's no restriction on the size of the pet. No additional fee is charged. And they provide a great, great welcome amenity that was fun for Beau and convenient and well thought out for me as well. Beau received a big bag of treats and toys and one Curly Q rawhide chew toy that he just went absolutely nuts for. He just loved it. I posted some pictures of him on our blog with this toy because he was really cute. It just made him so happy. And as far as making me happy, they were really thoughtful enough to put a door hanger in the package that announced to everybody outside that there was a pet in the room, which is always so important. And they also included a mat for the food and water station, because usually I have to sacrifice the bath mat in the bathroom and put that under the food and water bowls, and they really thought it all through. So I got to keep my bath mat, and Beau got a food and water mat, and we just had a great time. The staff was really wonderful. They were knowledgeable about where to take the dog. They're the ones that told us about Centennial Park and the dog run there, and we awarded them 4 paws up. It was a great all-around experience between the level of amenity in the hotel and the pet amenity and the staff. It was really great, really great. So 4 paws up to this Lowe's. It's time to hear from our sponsors, so please stay tuned. I'm Janine Franceschi, your host for Luxury Digs. Being in the Doghouse never felt so good here on Pet Life Radio. And when we come back, we'll have more about our travels. This time we are going to be talking about Louisville, Kentucky. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Attention passengers, please fasten your seatbelts, put your seat bags and sleeping pets in their full upright position, and prepare for takeoff.
Travel Tales will be zooming back with more great travel tips right after this.
Greetings, human. What planet am I on?
Welcome to Pet Planet. Here's a copy of Pet Planet Magazine, Florida's most informative and fun pet resource magazine. It features heartwarming stories and informative articles from local and national pet experts.
Excellent.
Pet Planet Magazine offers Operation Planet Rescue, helping rescued pets find new homes. And it's available at 500 locations in South and Central Florida and 24/7 on the internet at petplanetmagazine.com. If you're out and about with your pet, you may be featured in paparazzi, candid pictures of you and your pet. For up-to-date pet-friendly events, activities, and pet-related services and products, Pet Planet Magazine is your final destination.
I shall take this magazine home with me.
Back to your home planet?
No, to my condo in Boca.
Pet Planet Magazine. Check them out at www.petplanetmagazine.com or 352-394-8578. It's out of this world.
When you're looking to add a pet into your life, consider adopting a homeless animal from your local shelter or rescue group. Whether you want a kitten, puppy, or a more mature pet, a purebred or a one-of-a-kind mixed breed, even a rabbit or hamster, your shelter has the best selection of animals anywhere, all screened for good health and behavior. PetLifeRadio.com presents Take Me Home with your host, Susan Daffron. Join us each week as we showcase wonderful pets, tell stories, and even throw some pet education into the mix. So get ready to find out why the pet adoption option can be a great way to add a furry companion into your life. Take Me Home every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com. Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Attention passengers, we are now approaching our final destination. The weather is sunny and warm. Ocean temperature is a balmy 80 degrees for those of you wishing to doggy paddle. Please exit to the front and see our activities directors on your way out. Have a pleasant stay.
Welcome back to Travel Tales on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Janine Franceschi, and you've joined us for the second half of our weekly podcast called Being in the Doghouse Never Felt So Good. This show is where I share with you all the pet-friendly activities, resources, restaurants that I've discovered while traveling across the country with my Irish setter, Beau, while we're promoting our company, PAW, which is Pet-Friendly Accommodations Worldwide, which can be found on the web at luxurypaw.com. And if you miss any of the websites or phone numbers or addresses that we talk about here, you can find all of them on our Canine Concierge pages by city. So let's jump right into Louisville. We were not in Louisville for very long. We were only there for an overnight. So we did a little walking around the downtown area. We were staying in a hotel that was right next to this section called 4th Street Live, which was a really interesting collection of outdoor restaurants and pubs and entertainment venues. There's Candlepin Bowling there. There's a TGI Fridays, a Gumbo's, a bourbon pub. Really great, interesting mix of restaurants. And there, all of the restaurants featured outside patio dining and were protected by this huge awning that connected the rooftops of the buildings on either side of the street. So you were outside, but you were also under this protective awning in case it rains. It was very cool. We were there on a Monday night, so it was pretty quiet, but you could just imagine that Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights, that this was a real destination downtown. And they had a lot of different live music venues and outside music, and there was a stage set up. So you really could envision that this was a really fun hopping place on the weekends. Again, we weren't there very long, but I did want to see as much of the city as I could. So Beau and I took a horse-drawn carriage ride, which was funny because you feel a little self-conscious whenever you take those carriage rides because people are always looking to see who's in the carriage, and then they go nuts when they discover that there's a dog in the carriage. But this one made me even more aware of the kind of all-eyes aspect on you because the carriage was a big white iron pumpkin, like Cinderella's carriage. It was really a little bit over the top, but the guide was well informed and gracious. And it was a good long ride. It was 45 minutes for $60 plus the tip. So it was a little extravagant, but the ride took us down to the Ohio River at sunset, and it was a gorgeous, gorgeous night. And we really got the flavor of the city in a very short period of time. So I recommend it if you have a limited amount of time in the city. It takes you through the city at a good pace. You cover a lot of ground, and even if it is in a pumpkin. And Beau loved it. And they were very pet friendly. They say that they get a lot of pets, and so definitely I recommend that as a way to get around the city when you've got a limited amount of time. The hotel we stayed at was the Seelbach Hilton in Louisville, which was nice because we'd not yet stayed at a Hilton. And I've heard wonderful, wonderful things about their pet program. And the Hilton pet program is really well thought out and backed by a celebrity designer. Hilton has hired William Wegman, and he's the photographer who became famous for taking pictures of his Weimaraners dressed up in people clothing. And Wegman has designed a line of dog products exclusively for Hilton. And he's also designed a line of products that he calls Krypton, which is this really great, durable, pet-friendly product. And when we arrived, we received a Wegman dog bed in the room with food and water bowls and a wonderful little mat, again, a nice mat for underneath the food and water station. And we also received a great little bag. It was a Wegman Krypton fabric bag. It's almost like a makeup bag in size, little handle and zipper. And it was filled with really different items, nothing like we've ever received before. A bottle of spray disinfectant and deodorizer, a package of stain remover, both of those products by Krypton, which is nice to have, in your overnight kit. Especially, the dog beds are washed and whatnot, but they've been used by other dogs. So it's nice to be able to just spray a little disinfectant on it if you are feeling like you need to. There was a sample bag of Beau's favorite cookies, the Wagatha's biscuits, and a metal dog tag that said Hilton. A lot of other places we get a paper dog tag. And this was a really nice silver metal dog tag that said Hilton. So that, again, if he got lost while you were in Louisville, people would know to return him to the Hilton. So that was great. And the bag has a really cute design, as all the Krypton products do. And this pet program really tries, and I think succeeds, in striking a balance between giving you some products to help keep the hotel room fresh and clean, and keeping Beau happy with the biscuits and me happy with the bag and the products. It was really well thought out and really well done. And so I highly recommend the Hilton Pet Program. I would give this particular Hilton a 3 paws up. They had a great pet program, 4 paws for the pet program. But again, it was the kind of hotel that was pet accepting, not necessarily pet friendly. They, didn't really, I don't even think they said anything to Beau when he walked in the door, which is unusual. Beau makes quite a stir when he when he walks into a place. So they definitely have a pet program and an amenity program that is well thought out at the chain level, but I don't know that they did such a great job implementing it at this particular hotel. And not that I wouldn't recommend going there, because it was right next to this downtown 4th Street Live, and the location was great. But they could just tweak their program a little bit to make you feel a little bit more welcome. But that is our experience in Louisville, and we also did a quick hop through Indianapolis, Indiana. We were there for one night. We stayed at a Westin, and as we've mentioned many times before, the Westin hotel chain has a fantastic pet program, and it's really nice. It's consistent chain-wide. We know what we're going to get when we walk in the door. It's really great. You get the pet bed and the bowls and the biscuits, and it's really consistent and well done. And this week we are in Chicago, and we are here for an extended stay. We're here for 9 days, so we're going to have a lot to tell you about Chicago in next week's podcast. So please come back and join us. And we're actually hosting our first cocktails and pas d'oeuvres party for the press at the Allegro Hotel in Chicago this Friday night. So we'll have a lot to report on that. And we look forward to your joining us again next week. So thank you. Thank you to our sponsors for making this possible. And please check in at PAW, Pet Friendly Accommodations Worldwide, on www.luxurypaw.com. Check out the Canine Concierge pages to see all of the things we've talked about in today's show and previous shows. And please email us at Janine@PetLifeRadio.com if you have any suggestions or places you'd like us to check out on our cross-country trip, where, as I said, we're in Chicago now, and we're heading west, and then south, and then up the East Coast, from Florida back up to Boston. So if you've got a place that you want us to know about, please email us. Thanks again, and take care until next week.
Attention passengers, please fasten your seatbelts, put your seat bags and sleeping pets in their full upright position, and prepare for takeoff.
Pet Life Radio presents Travel Tales, the show where you'll get great travel ideas on perfect places for you and your pet. From Paris to paradise, south of the border to the South Seas, Travel Tales will give you cool tips on fun vacation destinations to travel with your pet, pet-friendly hotels, and advice on how to travel safely and happily with your furry best friends. So get ready to pack the bags and the bones with Travel Tales, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.